Once again, we're back. Little Blood TV. Back with another Little Blood TV exclusive. Powered by Tucker Media, of course. Resilient. Ascari and Dougal. Good brother. African. Activist. Leader. King. Samson, I believe, was his name, if we talk in biblical terms. Mont. Just to go down a little trip down memory lane. He just brought it to my attention. I'm a real West Oakland baby. And when you're a real Oakland baby, just in general, you're comfortable any and everywhere.
Right,
Oakland, period. Like a nigga can't tell me nothing about Oakland.
Nothing.
Mont pulled up. This one, my uncle was fresh out. He had just came up under 12 years. And he pulled up with Cook. But they pulled up to the West. And we out of West Oakland got this stigma.
Yeah, don't go to the West.
Don't go to the West, yeah. But when he pulled up, he bounced out, shining, What's up with y'all, man? Wooty, wooty, woo.
Shake every king's hand.
Yeah, and I say, my nigga, you don't fuck with me. Woo, woo. And he like, nigga, huh? So we got into a deep conversation for about an hour, and it went from just talking about regular shit to poetry. And to me, like, damn, like, this nigga different. Like, hella different.
Remember you called me the next day and was like, hey, you different.
Yeah, different.
Like,
and what I mean by different, when people think of an artist, they don't think of the Maya Angelos no more.
Nah.
You get what I'm saying?
They don't think about that artwork.
They don't think about the art.
Langston Hughes.
The Langston Hughes, the DL. They don't think about,
But no, the sad part, they don't know about it.
Right.
That's where I come in.
Right.
They don't know about it, bro.
Right.
So we can't blame them.
Right. But you know who I do blame? And I had this debate with somebody else, and feel free to debate it. I blame your generation. And the reason I blame your generation is because the generation before you was the 3 strikes you out when they was taking all the fathers out the home.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
So we was forced to raise each other.
So we was forced to, y'all was forced to raise ourselves. And y'all was so caught up in the money train. You get what I'm saying? Y'all didn't give it to the generation which came after y'all and the generation that came after that. No. We were kind of like lost on certain shit.
Right.
That's
Figure
why
it out by yourself.
Exactly.
That's why the young cats don't respect the old cats.
Thank you. And that's why a lot of people don't know about the Langstons and the Mayas and the Chairman Freds and the Hueys. And, we come from a long line of Africans in Oakland. You get what I'm saying?
The Panthers.
Yeah, come on now.
We come from where WIC was built.
Come on, talk to me.
We come where free schooling was built, where all these nonprofit organizations got their legislations. We come from having say-so in the White House. We the reason that you have to have a license to carry a gun.
Yes, sir.
Because they went bearing guns to the White House. See, and people don't know the history, but if you know the history, these dudes were 17 years old,
young
16
cats.
years old,
yeah.
18 years old.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about no 40, 50-year-old man.
Yeah.
We're talking about young men that came together and stood for something and died, some of them, rather to, like Hugh. He made it through the storm, but look what killed him.
Right.
Look what killed him. The same thing he fought about.
Right.
Because know why? You went against what you was preaching about.
Right.
So God don't have no sense of humor. He gonna always grab you and check you because he's the best checker. See, that man check you, you offended. Now know what you got? An issue. Because what? If somebody poke you, you want to poke back harder because you didn't have no right coming in my zone.
Talk to me.
So what we have is a lack of people knowing what they come from. So we can fault older cats, we can fault younger cats to say, oh, y'all dumb and y'all don't want to know the game. Y'all scare us. Y'all make us don't want to stop and talk to y'all because when I pull up to talk to y'all, everybody clutching a gun. It's 10 cats out there, but I saw 13 guns. It was 2 choppers on the ground and everybody had a 30 or a 50. So you think I want to come back tomorrow and put my daughter, because I pulled up with Dream with me. You think I want to put her in that type of danger? No, because I read body languages and I read energy. I'm an energy source. You know what I mean? So if I reach your energy from your block pulling up, I might not never come back there. And then you'll form an opinion about that. Fuck mine. I don't like him.
Right.
He don't fuck with me. No, I don't want to put myself in an environment that's going to take me away from my kids.
Yes, sir.
You're not more important than my kids, my family. They waiting for me to get home.
Understand.
They waiting for me.
Right.
So it's my duty to put a security guard up to make sure I make it home to them. However I got to. Like I tell a person, hey, why are y'all carrying them guns? Are you carrying that gun to make a difference in society? Or are you carrying that gun to police society? Right. Because the police only civil force responsible for maintaining public order. They have nothing to do with our community.
Right.
They get paid to watch us. Eagle eye.
Right.
It's on us.
The shepherds. We're
the shepherds. Yeah. It's on us. It's on us, though. They can do what they want because they're on a time clock. And then they go back to their reality. We don't go back to no reality. Our reality is Oakland, bro.
Yes, sir. Already I can tell it's about to be a hell of an interview. You see what I'm saying? This why blood have niggas like this to pull up, man.
For sure.
Steel sharpen steel, man sharpen man. Let's get into a little history real quick. The era you came up in. Shout out Fat. We call it the dope era.
Right.
What you say? You jumped off the porch in the 80s or the 90s?
The 80s. I was born in 78. So by the time my mother was big already, you know, this one, Oakland only had 6 spots. This wasn't every turfs and corners. No, you had to be from that place.
Right.
And when what it was created from, and what I saw, because I'm the youngest boy, and then we got Noonie up under us, the only girl. But I was the youngest boy, so you know the youngest boy always get to go with everybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? Grandpa come grab you.
You're the baby.
He ain't grabbing none of y'all. He come grab me. But at the same time, I was a sponge. I wasn't there sucking on a lollipop, worried about the candy and laughing and joking, thinking life was no. I was around serious individuals, and they kept me on point to be serious. Because when they took me away from my mama, the only thing they used to teach me is independence. I didn't get in the car with a bunch of dope fiends. I got in the car with businessmen. Boy, they wasn't going nowhere. He had a suit on. He didn't have to be going nowhere. His Cadillac, he getting in his Cadillac. Rest in peace, Grandpa. James Tuggle's getting in that Cadillac, bro. His alarm gonna say, step away from James Tuggle's Cadillac, and it's in the 80s. And he gonna have a suit on, but we ain't going nowhere but get some donuts.
Right.
We ain't going nowhere like that, but like
is everything.
Yeah, but he always taught me, every time you leave the house like you want the world to remember you, man. That's why everybody see me sharp whenever you see me. I don't care, big nigga, fly. Don't care where you see me.
Right.
He's gonna be fly because that's the cats that brought me up in the 80s. It was a different era. You know, you can get a whooping by your neighbors.
Yes.
I got whoopings all the way. So if I did something up the street, I got 2 whoopings before my mama came home.
Before you got the grand.
Before I got the grand finale that had me hiccup in that school tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just different. So we trying to get that twist back. I'm trying to get that twist back because I was a part of the destruction. Here we go. I was a part of it.
What part of East Oakland?
I'm from the 90s. 9-0. But it all started on 35th and School Street, Pleitner.
Okay.
Then I went to the 80s because that's where my family from. But I'm like, I don't want no family heritage shit. I seen what people do with that. No, I'm going to go get my own thing. So me and my crew, we went 5 blocks away. You see it still there. My granddaddy, my mama's, this 50s. My mom and their granddaddy and daddies was on 85th in the 50s. I'm not talking about no 80s and all that. I'm talking about before I was even a motherfucking dot in Pop's eye. You know what I'm saying? So they've been there. So the history is, everybody know that. Everybody know with me. So that's why I bring everything back there because it's pain there. You know, I might just be sitting on the block, bro, just smoking like this, crying because I'm thinking about Grandpa. I'm thinking about Grandma. I'm thinking about somebody that got murked out here that wasn't even in that type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So it's my duty. You know what I mean?
So take me on a trip through East Oakland in the 80s.
The 80s is, man, it's shady. The name speaks for itself. Shady 80s, man. It's shady, but it's love though. It's shady for a person that come being shady. You know what I mean? The history is not, we're not robbing people. We ain't shady to where your car gonna get stolen. If your grandma trying to go in the store to get some cigarettes, oh no, them dudes is grimy there. No. That's not what it's shady for. It's shady because if you come trying shady things, the end result is not gonna be in your favor.
Right.
So a lot of people came from other places, and this is where their demise is being met in the 80s. So what do? You get the stigma for it being shady, but it's really not that. You know what I'm saying? It's love all everywhere. But I represent Oakland though.
Right,
That's what I'm on. When I was a kid, I thought, oh, this was the section because that's what we came up in. When we ride 100 to go smoke, we coming through the West. It wasn't just no one West Oakland. We coming through the bottoms. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to Acorn. I'm Cool Daddy was my, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to fuck Cool Daddy then. Shout out Cool, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go over here and fuck with Smeto and Kite and them. I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna pull up on Jew Boy and them on 10th. I'm all over just the same way I'm in the East.
Right.
So it's like as a kid, I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? My whole movement as a kid was, hey, man, everybody my friend if you black.
Right.
Until you show me that you don't fuck with me.
Definitely.
Then I'm your enemy, and I'm like, let's go.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
So growing up, Oakland was black.
Black, everything.
It's not like it is right now.
No
Oakland was black.
We're only 10% of Oakland now.
Ooh, that's deep.
We're only 10% of Oakland.
And shit, 85th is not.
Okay, so now we went from every liquor store you went to, your family had a credit.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. Look at how the destruction of black growth was destroyed in Oakland. And it wasn't just by habitat. It wasn't by mistake, bro. It was designed from the minds of who we are. Mm-hmm. If the daddies was powerful, the seeds is powerful. Yes, so we must destroy them.
Yes, sir.
That's why it's so messed up.
I don't mean to cut you off, but Khalid Muhammad, God bless the dead, he did a speech, and I think it was at Kane University or Cambridge, one of them. And he said, we killed the old, we killed the young, we killed the cripple, we killed the faggot, we killed the baby. Why kill the baby? Because they baby's going to grow up to oppress our babies. So we killed the baby. So by you saying the father is powerful, so of course the seed going to be the powerful. I understand that.
Maybe even more powerful than his dad. Because he got the strength and he watched his dad and he listened to his dad and he listened to all these other people to shape his mind, and then he put his own twist to it. Mm-hmm. See, you don't ever know what a kid twist gonna be.
Right.
You can send him to school and he can give you 4.0s and all that, but that don't really matter in this real life that we live.
Right.
You know, I'm not telling the kid don't go to school. I tell him you need to learn how to read. You need to know how to break down math more than on a 1, 2, 3 level. You need, because when you start buying houses when you get older, or you have bank accounts and business accounts, you're going to have to know what interest rates is. You're going to have to know what all these things matter in life. So you need schooling. But what I'm saying is, in this world that we live in right now, it's 7-year-old entrepreneurs. It's 12-year-old bosses. It's 13-year-old bosses, male and females. I done seen them. I done sat at the table with them. I done sat in rooms with them all over the world. It's kid bosses because know why? It's a different world. When we grew up, if you had a pager, you was deep. If you had a car phone, you was him.
Right.
Then it moved to backpack phones. Then Ultra Classics. Then before I got took away, we're going to get to that, it was two-way pagers.
Right. Do you remember the Lil D era?
Mm-hmm.
You remember it?
I remember it well.
Right. Just in a sense, was it really millions and millions of dollars in the game?
Yes. The streets of Oakland was $1 million source. Young 16, 14, 12-year-olds was having millions of dollars in their mama house.
Right.
In their grandmama house.
Off rock.
Off crack, cocaine.
Talk to me.
Off crack, cocaine. All of our dreams and destinations and all of our paths was destroyed because of it, because we all wanted the instant money that we saw these young black men making. We didn't see the people going to sacrifice for the 8 years to become anything, bro. They didn't go to 4 years to graduate from high school, then the 4 more years of college, and then you know why they in debt $300,000, go get out of debt. We didn't know none of that, bro. We watch motherfuckers literally right there in our face be broke, and 8 months later have $1 million.
Right.
So how you not enticed by that? How you not? So all of our dreams was destroyed at that point, and they knew that. That's why they put it here. They put the fast here, and they took the reality. Because when you living in a moment of the reality ain't nothing but shadowed by money.
Right,
You don't give a fuck about nothing nobody talking about, bro. If you getting a bag, you getting some money, what can you tell me? You gonna stop your program no matter good or bad because somebody else is telling you this is bad and not the no, it's bad for you.
Right.
It ain't bad for me.
Right.
It's money for me, and it take care of my financial needs. But nobody taught us, hey, this only got a 2-year expectancy. Nobody taught us that part.
Right. Do you know anybody to this day that was balling back then and still balling now, like that did right by their money?
Yeah, I know a couple people. I know a couple OGs. I got a couple mentors that's still up right now from the game. You know, I ain't gonna say no names because they.
Right.
You know, but yes, I know, you know, but I'm not gonna say it's abundance of them. No. I'm talking about on one hand, I can count these dudes and they was really in the game and they still in the game, but they graduated. They own 100 houses. They own this. They own clubs that y'all party at. They own the liquor store you buying your shit, but you see an Arab in there, you don't understand the dynamics of it. You don't understand that they owned this in the 80s. They bought this in the 90s. They bought this when you wasn't even thinking about the streets. So because they're not present in there don't mean that they don't have an ownership.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I know a couple, but you know, right now it's a different world, man. It's a different world, and these young dudes got them dudes scared to come give them the game how to make $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Because they look at it like this. If I bring my car outside, my undercar, which is a F-150 dually, 2021, that's 100 and something K. Man, I go inside a little blood party and come outside. My window broke. My little stuff that was in the inside, my daughter bag gone. You know, so now I know what that take. When you invite me somewhere, I ain't coming your shit. I ain't coming, bro.
No respect.
It wasn't no respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why everything these young dudes, I'm not scared of them. I'm not. You know, and that's what it take. It take us little blood not to be scared of them, because the person that's scared, it's a lion's den. They gonna smell you, bro. So when you walk in and your shoulders is high and you confident in who you is and you know what you about to say to them, they gonna bow down to their ears because who they is. They are little niggas, man. They are little. We done did too much sacrificing for Oakland. The trends that they doing, the things that they doing right now, we started it.
Yes, sir.
Everything.
Yes, sir.
From putting a white t-shirt on your head. I started doing that in 93, coming back from New York in 94, 95. So everything is a history of Oakland and what's going on. Nobody's paying attention to us. We used to be a source of gain.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that too. How do you feel about that? You know, like I said, through YA and all that, nigga, Oakland. Nigga, like, hold on. Like, niggas used to just like to sit around and just hear us talk and pop that old shit with each other. Like, man, hey, little blood, what you niggas saucy, man. I like that. Like, you know, they used to like this, they used to like the lingo. They used to like, that
we was raised on P, man.
Yeah, they used to
care
love
all that
shit.
new shit that they doing and all that
shit watered down.
Is watered down, man. You niggas ain't going nowhere.
They used to love that shit. So now it's like we picking up other niggas' lingo. We dressing like other niggas. We don't even got that Oakland. Like you would think a nigga from somewhere else. You can't even tell a town nigga no more. Like, you know, we used to can be in jail
anywhere.
And a nigga walk in. Oh, he from the town.
He from the
town.
Or
you feel me? You can smell a nigga. You in Texas somewhere. Hey, bro, you got family in Cali? Oh yeah, man. You can just smell it. You can see it. It's not like that no more. What do you think changed that?
Everybody wanting everybody to be their fucking friend.
Everybody talk to me.
Everybody allowing these different individuals, whoever it may be, to not be sacrificed or went through nothing with them. They just they buddy. They their friends.
Talk to me.
You know what I'm saying? So. Hey, too much of anything in circulation, it only lessens the value. So it's too much of it. So this shit ain't worth nothing no more. You get what I'm saying? So we got to grab the value back. We got to suck the minerals of the value. They don't see no value no more. They thinking, you got to think, it's places. I'm going to say this. We, Oakland, watch this. You ready for an aha moment?
Yes, sir.
There's nowhere else in the world but Oakland that don't have Crips and Bloods.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no other place in the world everywhere else. If you go to Chicago, if you go to Texas, if you go to Atlanta, if you go to New York, if you go to London, if you go, they got Crips and Bloods. We had our own thing and we stayed down with that.
So you're a little older.
I'm 44.
Yeah. So is it true that the Panthers gave the Crips their literature?
Yes, they gave everybody their literature.
Talk to me.
They taught the world how to be the world that we see now. And everybody, like I said from the beginning, everybody gonna get what you trying to give, but they gonna put their own twist to it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so all
sir.
you got is a bunch of other cultures and a bunch of other people putting their twist to what we already did and what we created.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
all we got.
Yes, sir.
So now we become the part of they don't need us no more.
Right.
You know, let's talk about sideshows now in Oakland. It wasn't about no motherfucking donuts, bro. The sideshow was about to show your car and how much money you was getting. Clean. And you was going to park your car. And the police wasn't worried about it. You might have 1 or 2 police come through. You know what I'm saying? That's if somebody fighting.
Right.
Because we had a community and we had an understanding. Know what the understanding was? Hey, if anybody got a problem, let's converse. Let's have a conversation. Nobody talking no more. Right, everybody busting.
Everybody too tough.
Everybody too tough. But look, think about it. When you was in school, how many tough niggas? The whole school was tough? No. Was the whole school tough? No. It was like 5, 6 niggas that was about that fighting life, about that. Right. Okay, so how is the whole school tough now? I don't care if you went to continuation.
Right.
You could have went to Route J. Bush, Dewey, wherever. I don't care where you go, bro. And the whole school wasn't tough.
Right.
Some people was there as runaways. Some people was this, that. Everybody wasn't tough. Now imagine the whole school tough. The whole school got a thing. Come on, man.
What type of shit is that?
Come on, man.
So, you mind if I drop in a low real quick?
Go ahead, brother. I'm in your grace, man.
Like I said, we ain't sandboxes, and I didn't grow up with you. The word spread, and whether it's good or bad, it spread. To my knowledge, you was incarcerated, and you was incarcerated for something that can have you in jail for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Something that can give you the death penalty.
Yeah.
Was it pro-per? I don't know if it was pro-per or not.
Yeah, well, everybody like to talk about it because I had a lawyer, but I fought with my own knowledge too. I didn't go off with, this was in 2002. I got life in 2003. I got sentenced a week after my birthday, after my 23rd birthday.
Talk to me now.
So within 4 months after that, I was shipped away like cargo and ended up in Pelican Bay. And it was said to me by the peoples of my powers who became the controllers of my actions and my body at this point, we're going to send you to Pelican Bay because you're a gangster and gangsters don't make it out of here. And I looked at him and I'm like, I'm going to show you different.
Right.
So at 23 years old, having 52 years of life, you can ask anybody that know me. I never accepted life.
Right.
When the judge told me I got life, I laughed at him and was like, I'll be back. You get what I'm saying? I never accepted it. I never got in there and cried. No. I gave hope to the people I called on the streets.
Right, right.
Because they'd get off the phone with me like, man, hold on, man. Like, how is he so joyful? I never walked with my head down. I went in there and I bust moves. I opened the door. I made the wardens have to shake my hand. Right. I changed phones in there. And at the same time, I brought the movement back.
Right.
Because when I got in there, I was 23, and I told myself at that point, hey, I'm not gonna do life here, man. The earliest board of prison term is 2052, and it's 2003.
Right.
So every paper that come to me, y'all telling me the earliest y'all gonna let me go is 2052, and it's 2003.
Right.
So my whole thing is, I'm not gonna do y'all bid. Y'all gave me a death penalty. I'm about to come in here and change this with what I do with this mind, but I'm also change it with my hands. And I'm going to leave y'all with what y'all thought y'all gave me. So I went in there. I wasn't no saint. And none of them cats going to ever tell you I was in the cry era. He was the dude that made the yard go round and round.
And not to cut you off, You ain't no numbers or letters or nothing.
I'm not none of that.
Okay.
My heart don't bleed, none of that. Okay. You know what I mean? But I respect they movements from what it was built on.
Yeah. Me neither, but I respect the fuck out of what they stood on.
Yes, when they stood on it, though.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
was
a
just about
different
to
culture
say,
now.
like brothers like George, and
yeah,
you get what I'm saying. That
my
era
uncle
of brothers.
George like him, been down. My uncle about to come home in December. He been down 52 years.
So brothers of that era, like I respect what it was built on, but I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, but it's no, that era don't exist no more, and it still can exist if motherfuckers will pick up the books. Because you got solid dad brothers, you got different books that you can pick up and get educated on your history, what you come from. See, I ask Christians, what do the cross stand for? Why is the cross on the Bible? And a lot of Christians, 95% of them, can't tell me what the cross means.
I can't tell you.
It's the symbol of Constantine, the dragon slayer.
Okay.
Remember, everybody was Muslims.
Yes, sir.
So when they became it started with a little 1,500 people became.
Wait. I thought, no. For sure, Christianity was out before Islam, bro.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay, me and you gonna go do some research together.
Yes, sir.
No,
yes, sir.
That's why they used to feed Christians to exotic animals in Rome.
Okay.
That's why it was Constantine the Dragon Slayer. I
love
you. We go for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna tweak because we're gonna be here.
Yeah.
But 50 to life, 52.
52 to life. So yeah, I got 52 to 2 years to life. They're trying to give me death penalty. I was young, wild. You know, some things I did, some things I didn't do. But being in that era and everybody looking at you and you being the person to get shit popping, like they don't care about innocence or guilt at that point.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? At that point, you're black and
You're
your power.
society.
And your power. No, your power. Like, think about it. In the school, if at lunchtime everybody come to the table that you got fries at, eventually principals and teachers is going to start to pick at you because they're going to wonder why everybody flocking to you. Right. If you're not displaying you're a jock, or if you're not displaying you on the soccer team, or if you're just a cool dude coming to school with all the fly shoes on, you coming to school swagging like, you know what I mean? The dudes that, and everybody flocking to you. You know, the teacher's gonna make narratives that you're a drug dealer. Like, look how you dressing. Look how they gonna, and it's not even that. They don't step out the box to even know. Hey man, his daddy owned a Fortune 500 company.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? He got a credit card with a $20,000 budget a month. They don't know that.
Right.
Because they think we all come from poverty. They think we all come from destitute. They think we all comes from nothing.
Right.
And it ain't the story, bro. Any motherfucker that come and say that even if you didn't have nothing in Oakland, you had something when we was growing up.
Right, definitely.
Even if you didn't have nothing.
What Pac say, although we had it rough, we always had enough.
Come on, man.
You feel me?
No, why? Because you had a neighbor. We don't have neighbors no more. We got cameras on our house.
Right.
What you knocking at my door for?
Right.
We ain't coming to that door.
I think we've became outlaws in our own community, though. Yes. And what I mean by that, like it's like we're strangers in our own community. Like we don't own it. We don't have.
What is our community? We don't have a community no more.
No sir.
We don't. We went from being 22% of something to being 12.8%. We went to being the lowest. Then the white man, then the Spanish. That's how it goes.
That's crazy.
We're 12.8%. The white man is 18%. Spanish is like 25, like 24.9.
Terrible.
So just look at how it's already designed, bro.
Right.
So if we're against each other and we only got this little percentage, look how we wiping each other. So we'll never grow. The Black Wall Street will stay damaged.
Damaged.
So
damaged. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up because you would think niggas would grow out of that. You would think when everybody just had a bag, like niggas would have like realize like, okay, this is what money feel like. This is what we can do. This is what we need to do to keep.
If you don't have a plan before you get the money, when you get the money, you gonna just blow this shit.
You know, exactly.
You gotta already have a 4-point plan. You already gotta have a blueprint. I'm going to open up a laundromat. It's gonna cost me this much money. Once I put this into my LLC bank account with my EIN, if I got $10,000 in there, they're gonna give me a $50,000 loan. I'm gonna do it. You don't have no plan. You come across $50,000. You around all these niggas. They didn't already did what they did and they got drip. You know, whether they got a broad boosting, whether somebody sliding, you don't know how they get in their drip, whether they hustling, going to work, got 2-3 different hustles, whatever they doing, right? But you trying to keep up with that.
Right.
So now that 50,000 go to 40 because you went and bought you some drip. You bought 5 pair of shoes at $1,000, then you bought some fists, some pants. Well, look how it's gonna go. Now, you know, you got to take care of the lady. She been holding you down with her check from work. You know what I'm saying? She been holding you down. You know what I'm saying? When you done had nothing, so you got to take care of her. So now, boom, you down 30. You feel me? Now your road dog that's with you can't stun on him. Because that's how niggas where we from get shot in the back of their head by their best friend. So you ain't going to stun on him. So now you got to give him at least 7,000, 6,000. You got to bread him out something. Feel me? Look how the money gone. But if you would have told everybody to hold on, hey, check this here. I got a job for y'all in 90 days.
Yeah.
I'm going to open this laundromat.
Talk to me.
I'm going to open this laundromat.
Yes,
You're going to be a director. You're going to come open and close it. You're going to get the quarters and bring the quarters to the bank. You're going to be, and now I don't have to give you no money. You giving me money now.
Right.
But we helping each other.
I'm putting you in position.
I'm putting you in a position. I'm
teaching you how to fish instead of feeding you.
Yeah.
Can I drop it lower?
We can go wherever you want, brother.
Blessings, dream
fate.
I see you on Instagram, and it's kind of a touchy situation.
Nah, touch on it.
I've never had this conversation with anybody before, and I don't know how to have this conversation, but in our community, especially the African American community, we deal with autism. It affects our community a lot.
Great.
And you were telling me, like, my baby was regular, bro.
Yeah, my baby wasn't born with special needs. My baby was born. She was born at 28 weeks. So she was a preemie. She was 1 pound, 6 ounces, but she never had to get on breathing machines, none of that. So,
not to cut you off, but for my people watching, I don't want y'all to get confused. Dream is Mont's daughter.
My daughter, my 3-year-old, but she got a brain injury due to malpractice, medical malpractice.
Okay, now where were you at?
So she was the miracle baby. Like you had everybody in the hospital like, wow, how can she be born so small, so precious, and so, but don't need none of these machines, none of these breathing machines, none of this. Strong. You know, brought her home, boom. She home for 2 months, took her to all her appointments. You know, I ain't missed nothing. I ain't never missed nothing in this little girl life. Like I done been there through everything in her life. I'm talking about leave from with y'all, where y'all see me go to Children's Hospital. I'm sleeping in this thing. I don't care, suits on, tuxedos. I don't care what's going on. I'm coming to see Dream. I'm a sponsor for her because they already wronged her.
Right.
So it's like me. I'm in that guard mode now. Like, hold on, y'all wronged her. You know. So she came home. Me and her mama, Kiki. Shout out to Kiki. We doing us. We proud. She made it through the storm. So she home for 2 months. So when she home for 2 months, she catch meningitis. So we got a big show that night. Rest in peace, Boo. This was at New Paris. This when everybody performing. So I'm doing poetry. So this big, I got to do this for Boo. But she had started crying before we left. But it wasn't nothing alarming to where we was like scared or nothing. Let's go to emergency. It was just like she crying. Change her diaper. Take her to the babysitter. Call them on their way. Oh, no, she sleep. All right, go do the show. Usually, you know, I'd be there to 2, 3. Now it's 12:15. Call back. Oh, well, she just woke back up crying. Oh, well, come on, Kiki. We about to take her to Children.
Right.
Blast. Get her. Go to Children. It's Thanksgiving at this time, so they having a potluck. They in there
having
fun.
Right.
So we ain't doctors. We don't know what's going on. We thinking there's something wrong with her stomach because her mother she was taking regular milk and her mother had mixed cereal in it for the first time. So in our mind, the cereal got her stomach hurting.
Yeah.
So come on, we tell them, hey, the stomach, cereal. She ate, her mother gave her just a little bit of cereal in her milk and her formula, and maybe that's what was. So maybe they don't do nothing. They don't take no blood. They don't check her in a professional manner. They just treat us like it's a potluck. So they discharge us at 5, I want to say like 5:42. They discharge. Boom, go home. She's still crying. Dream's still crying. She hasn't stopped crying.
At this point,
So by
something
9
wrong with my
o'clock, I'm
fucking
like,
baby.
hold on, something wrong. 9 o'clock. Come on, let's take her where she was born.
Right.
So we go to Kaiser now. That was children. We go to Kaiser. So when we get to Kaiser, we run it down. Run everything down. Hey, her whole history here. She was just here. She just discharged. Go upstairs to the 4th floor. They all know. Up. I'm running everything down because I'm actively there, so I know everybody.
Right.
Stacy, go ask. So I'm on everybody. So this dude, he get my daughter some fucking Zantac. You know that stomach. They has recalled it. He give her some Zantac. Her temperature is 102 at this time. So the nurse come in, I'm like, hey, her temperature is too high. It's 102. So she take her clothes off and get like a wet, cold towel, wipe her down. So her temperature go down to 101. They still don't take her blood because all it would have took was any one of them to take her blood. And boom, hold on, she got meningitis. Hook her up to an IV, blood. It's over. A normal little girl running around. But because of negligence, this is where everything come in. He give her the Zantac. He going off what we saying. We're not doctors, bro. We thinking that this food got her stomach like this because she ain't never act like this.
Right.
You give her the milk, she acting like this now. The milk did it. She ain't never act like this. Right. You get what I'm saying? Nothing else in my mind. I'm arguing with her about the milk. Like, damn, man, I knew you shouldn't have gave she's too, but it ain't got nothing to do with that. So they discharge us out of here. This is where it get tricky. We go home. She going to sleep in the car because baby's going to go to sleep. That's therapy to him. We get home. She go in the house. I got to go to do something with the entertainment shit. I got to go for a second. I call her mama. I'm like, hey, what's she doing? I hear her still crying. She said she's still crying. I said, I'm on my way back. Do this for like 5 minutes instead of 2 hours. Boom. Come back home. Get in the bed and hold her. I asked Kiki, I said, babe, why you looking like that? I said, do Dream look normal to you? And she looked at me and she said something that it's chill. She said, she looked like my mama looked. And her mother passed away on her. And I said, come on. Boom. We bounced up. Throw the coat on, trench coat. Grab the thing, because got John Q in my mind now. I'm going back to children's now, where it all started. So John Q in my mind. John Q. Dream ain't about to die. So now, by this time, when we pull up to the hospital, her vision is leaving. So now when the doctors, we get in there telling what's going on, the doctor looking was like, well, how long she's been blind? We like, she ain't blind. We just took her to the hospital 2 weeks ago to the vision doctor, and she got perfect vision. She ain't blind. So the lady just like kind of shimmed it off, but her oxygen level was at 93. You get what I'm saying? We get in the back. I'm on some about to, Ted, if you know mine, I'm on some about to give it all up in this hospital. So I tell him, I say, hey, have y'all ever seen John Q? One nurse said, yeah. The other one said, no, with a smile on her face, thinking that I'm joking. I said, you need to go look at John Q on YouTube right now for the next 10 minutes, because that's about to happen in Children's Hospital if y'all think my daughter about to die. My brother pull up. I go outside. I tell him what I'm on. He on some, you know how he is. Real Africans, real love each other. He give his family a kiss because he don't know what the outcome may be. And he come walking in the hospital with me. When we walk in the hospital, everything changed. If it wasn't for this male doctor, I think his name's Steve, if it wasn't for him, Dream wouldn't be here. She'd be on a keychain. She'd be a day. But they kept saying that the medical breathing machine in the blood detector was malfunctioning, and it's wrong because her oxygen level was so low, right? She was gasping. She went from crying so long to now she's gasping for breath, for air. She, right? So when I come back in, it's 18 people around my daughter pumping her heart because they can't hook her up and flash her because she's too little. So now I see a lady. So now I look at the doctor. I say, I thought nothing went wrong with my daughter. I look at the other person. Now security, OPD, everybody. I look at my brother, and my brother gave me a look. And that look was, don't do it. It's going to be good. And I chose not to make the history of Oakland in a different way. You did. So my purpose, excuse me, my purpose is her. That's why motherfuckers see me pushing and going high go. Cause she was wrong.
Uh, I got a son, bro.
Right. Somebody you love.
As you sitting here telling me this story, bro, it's like I couldn't fathom, bro, me as a father, bro. This my baby, bro.
Bro, you know how you wake up, not to cut you off, you know how you wake up with your kid and you gotta feed your kid, or you gotta do, my daughter eat out of a machine. She got a G tube. You did. So she rely on me and her mom. She gotta eat 7 times out of this machine, and then she gotta get her meds 2 times. 2 times. But this ain't, these tears is joy, but it's pain too, because everybody see a nigga moving and helping so many motherfuckers. They don't know what I go through. And only selling fruits take the time to ask me, you know, because everybody so need me to do something that they got going on. But yeah, no, we good though. She's still here. You got to think, man, my daughter, they chalked her off, man. They counted her out, man, in their own way, man. They told us to go home, get her a casket, and just keep the memories that we had of her. And I'm like, what? God got the last say so. Y'all don't. So I never, anybody tell you that, no, that came to the hospital. A lot of people came to the hospital and supported what was going on. I love y'all for that. But a lot of people would tell you, blood, like, I didn't let them people tell me nothing because they was going to poison my mind like the prison system. See, they didn't know what I just went through. I went through a situation to where I didn't allow the prison system to get in my mind and tell me I had life. That's why I'm free. Because I never submitted to it. And I did the same thing in that hospital. I'm like, man, y'all ain't gonna tell me who got to say so. How her brain don't work, and she only was on the earth for 2 months when this happened. So y'all don't know if her brain can't grow in the next 10 years. So
how old is she now?
She 3. She just turned 3 on the 12th.
Well, she was wrote off.
She was rolled off, bro.
3 months.
No, she was rolled off, nigga, when the first, because the doctors ain't never seen a kid with a brain injury like this in children's history that survived. So the people, bro, I never forget. Dream is in one room. They had to put her in reduced coma. You feel what I'm saying? So she swole up. Her body swole up. So at this time, she probably 38 pounds. She like 30-something pounds. She didn't swole up. My baby is swole. Her whole everything. You get what I'm saying? Because they got to give her oxygen. So she got these tubes down her throat. When she was born a preemie, she didn't have this shit. So now all this going on. They got shit strapped to her brain so her hair falling out in front of us. Like all this going on at live time for survival. You know what I mean? So what the doctor's telling me, like, hey, we see how dedicated you is. Like, and we see how she responds to you. I'm like, I got y'all. So she was normal, man. People see me on Instagram, my daughter, and I didn't heard it all. Oh, I'm sorry, your daughter was born like this, so I'm sorry that your daughter was born blind, or my daughter was born normal, man. I live with the doctors that we put our trust in. That's why I be on these kids, man. We need more of y'all going to school. Because I'm going to be real, and I'm not racist, but it wasn't not one black around my daughter, bro. It was Asians and whites, bro. It wasn't no black people there to say, hey, this look like my little sister. I'm going to check her to the 3rd degree. I didn't have that. These people you got to think, they asked the average person in these hospitals in the destitute communities of Oakland, Hayward, San Leandro, all these hospitals, no matter if you got to go way to Sanford. You got to go to Palo Alto, or you got to go way to Walnut Creek. Anything in between is nothing but a system, bro. How is the only trauma center for kids right here in North Oakland, right here, Right here where it's a community of everything and every kid got to come here. How if the kids is our next generation, we don't have 15 children? How? It don't cost that much to open a hospital. Children's Hospital, they probably paid $16 million to $22 million to open that. That's a tax write-off. Because are we important? No. Are we important? No. Our kids come in here and we get treated and written off as being, and then being a father and being there, and they ain't used to seeing that. They ain't used to seeing nobody fight for no kids now. They used to the mama being here giving birth to these kids. They see it all day. They're in Oakland, California. They watching these kids' parents, these little girls' mamas and stuff being here, grandparents, old people coming in here, but they seeing a man coming in there with the same name that he gave her. Her name was Dream Faith, and then we didn't even know why we named her that. Her name is Dream Faith. So every day I wake up, I got a dream faith that tomorrow is going to be her healing. That was her name before she was here. God put that seed out there like, hey, be strong. I'm about to send you something. You said you wanted something to love. I'm about to send it to you. I don't know if the fuck no love was before that. Before her. I didn't know what love. Love? What you mean? What was it? Not where we from. What was it? So if in my prayers I'm asking for freedom, I'm asking for purity and love, what you think he gave me? In the purest form. That's what he did. So be wise with what you ask for. Be wise, because he ain't got no sense of humor. He don't. I was in prison. I said, I'm going home. I'm going home. Everybody tell you, nigga, I'm going home. I'm about to travel the world with stars like I've been doing because I was doing this before jail. I'm going home and I'm about to turn up. And everything that I did has manifested into my reality. Everything. I said I'm about to go home and have a boy and a girl because I already had 7 kids when I went to jail. At 18 years old, I had 7 kids. At 20 years old, I had 7 kids, bro. So, and then I was young and growing up, so it was like, yeah, I had kids, but it was like, this mama didn't want me around with these 4. This was going on with this. I'm young. I don't care. I'm messing with all these girls. I'm not knowing that she feel this and slapping her face. She running with the kids. I can't see them. Then the prison system take me. So my kids like basically grew up through phone calls and letters and stuff of that nature until I came home. You feel what I'm saying? But even with the visiting, the mother wouldn't let them come see me. Her own anger and hate towards me because we wasn't a couple and this and that. No, you got 82 visitors. I ain't letting them come up there. Why? So I used to pray. I'm telling you, the power of prayer. If you ain't got that in your life, be prepared to fail. The power of it. Because it's going to manifest into your reality and what you're going to do when it happens. I asked for Dream and I asked for Jameer. They wasn't them names. But in my prayers, I said, God, let me have a son when I get there, and let me have a daughter so I can be the best for them. I came home, I had a son, and I had a daughter. You get what I'm saying? And the daughter, the son is a son. That's pure love. That's daddy's son. But this girl, she's teaching me love. She's teaching me patience. She's teaching me that's our Fun with the Ball podcast, not to divert, but it's the ball that was fumbled. It wasn't a ball on my end, but the ball was fumbled and she was the sacrifice. So now with her therapy and her growth, you got to think, bro, we got therapists come to our house from Monday until Thursday, and Friday we got to take her to a school every day of our life. Every day of our life. Her milk is $3,700 for 2 cans of medicated milk. She got to get steroid injections at 10 in the morning. She got to get 6 different pills, 6 different into her G tube. Then she eat 7 times throughout that. And then at 10 o'clock at night, we got to do the same every day. And if we go off from the milliliters of water we give her sodium level, sodium deal with the brain, bro. She already got a brain injury. Everything can change that fast. Right. The temperature in our house got to stay at a certain degree. It can't go like everything. She go from being 98 to 95 within a matter of 2 minutes of you going to the car to take care of something, like for real. So it's like everything. That's why nobody can watch her.
Right. But she's alive, bro.
She here and that,
and she keep you going, bro. And
she do.
And I'm gonna keep it real, man, bro. I don't know what to say right now.
Man, speak your heart, baby. I know what it is.
I definitely don't know what to say right now, and it's because my son, bro. Like I have
I
a
see how
son,
you love
bro.
him. You get what I'm saying?
Bro.
So just imagine
son,
you and your son being something. And I don't want you to imagine this, but just venture off because we artists.
Yes, sir.
So paint this picture driving home. Paint this picture. Everything that you know changed tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And everything. I'm talking about from him. He got a diaper now.
Yes, sir.
He ain't going to the bathroom like he ain't eating out his mouth.
Sir.
He ain't nothing. You got to literally put gloves on and massage the muscles so that and the face won't go dead. You got to do everything. Everything relies on you. So now if you ever pray for real love, tell me how pure that is.
Right.
Tell me how real that love is.
Right,
that's the purest form. When this life existency counts on you, it counts on you and the mama. It don't count on nobody else. If you, as a father, run off and try and go build another house somewhere, you go. She dying.
Yeah.
Because she used to laying on you and listen to your heartbeat. If your mama run off and it's just the daddy there, the daddy ain't gonna be able to cope with everything that it take. Man, I got a great baby mama. She do all the shit. If I'm sleepy, tired, drunk, she step up to the plate in so many ways. That's how dream existence it is. That's why people see me on my page and they be like, oh, well, he love her or he in love with her and she the only person he posts. Yeah. Know why? Because she the only one that matters.
Yes, sir.
You get what I'm saying? Nobody else matters.
Right.
She. I don't give a fuck. Right. I'm a man, and I might come out in the street and smell a motherfucking through a gate and smell another dog or whatever the fuck might happen. But at the end of the day, I know what the fuck I got to do. I got to get my punk ass home.
You fucking
You get what I'm saying? Because they waiting on me.
Yes, sir. And that's how I am.
Yeah.
That's how I am.
And know what that is? That's a purpose-driven life. With no purpose, you have no meaning.
No meaning. And it's crazy that you said that because people, like even the homies, like, oh, nigga, you switch, you nigga. I remember, nigga, we had 3-4 bitches and we'd be doing this.
Yeah, we was young at that time.
You feel me? Now you want to go home to the bitch, man. You motherfucking right.
You damn right.
You feel me? Because that's the only one I know. Like,
got my back.
Fuck her, like you said.
You get what I'm saying?
A nigga might cat and, okay, but guess what?
The reality is right now we wearing Tracy.
Call
them niggas right now that love you right now. Tell them you got a flat tire on the side of the motherfucking freeway.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. See how long it's gonna take for them to get here.
Yeah.
They gonna talk about sending the Uber in the bitch name and all that before they get out the bed and drive to come where we at. But you know what? You text her and say, I think my tire going on flat.
Yeah.
She gonna say, pull over. I'm already on my way. I feel something anyway.
Right.
Because that's your better half. She got your best interest.
Exactly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So they'll never understand that because they don't have that.
Right.
They don't have that. If you don't have that.
Bro, you know what's crazy? I'm dealing with some shit right now. And this is sandbox friends, like close friends. This is a motherfucker that nigga, I done took off the shirt off my back for.
It gave to.
Yeah, bro. And I never knew that this man had so much envy and hate towards me, bro. I never knew that. How we sitting here talking, I was just sitting there talking to the nigga like, bro, I was blind to it. It wasn't that I was blind to it, I just didn't want to see it.
No, you turned the blind eye because that wasn't your reality. That's what gave me 52 years of life. Yeah. I didn't get 52. I got 52 years of life from a nigga that was close to me, went into the court system and went to Marcus Mignette and Perkins and told them lies to get out of his situation. And the lies was greater than his situation. And he never did a day in jail. They paid for him and his family to relocate and go. All the story goes on, and it's you can Google it. It's right there.
Karma gonna bite him in that.
Yeah, Kamala Harris let me out, and she's the vice president, man.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? 3 days before my birthday, man. 2015, man, and life started again. That's why everybody see me turn up 3 days before my birthday, and I go so long because every day has a purpose. July 15th of 2015, Kamala Harris told me I would free you 72 hours before your birthday if you drop your $21 million lawsuit. So I dropped the lawsuit. I dropped it. I had judges, I had lawyers that was going to come in here and say that he was wrongfully convicted. I had not one person at a trial of murder, which is the most serious thing in our court system.
It's the hardest thing to
convict but for me to be on trial for murder and I don't have nothing but a character witness, he say witness saying that I told him that I did that. Every eyewitness came in there and said, this is not the dude I saw.
Right.
Every eyewitness, whether he was Mexican, whether he was young, black, whether he was street, whether he was every one of them eyewitness that was there came in there and gave a description of the opposite me, 168-pound dude. But at this time, it was people don't understand the prison is the new slave system. Let's talk. Prison is the new slave system. You get what I'm saying?
That's
because
right.
you're on the stock market. You're on the stock market. Once you get a PFN number, now Macy's on you. Depending on where you housed at, whether you went from Corker and Calipad all the way up to Pelican Bay, depends on where you housed at. That's the people that owns the stock over you.
Right.
Because it was nothing but a little bit of land, and they carved a section and built with concrete. How hard is that? You don't have to pay for window. You don't have to pay for all the things. You don't have to pay for all these doors and all the stuff that a house would need. All you have to pay for is just the concrete. You feel me? And the people that you put behind the concrete is going to pay you tenfold in your stock. So now it don't matter if you innocent or guilty. Blacks and browns is the most high person that they seek out in the CDCR system. Because we have proven that reform, quote unquote, don't count. So how much money? Because it's always going to be a high risk environment if you're dealing with politics of being black or brown. So with people dealing with high risk, more money.
Wow, that's deep.
More money.
That's deep.
We're part of a system that you can't shake. Only way you can shake it, you got to do what we doing. You got to be able to be legit and look in their face and say, hey, I know what you're about. I know what you're about, and I know what your system about, but I'm not about that, and I'm not about to pay you from me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That's where narcotic is. Not all rappers can obtain thug instincts credibility.
Say that again.
Narcotic. Not all rappers can obtain thug instincts credibility. That's dope, right?
Yes, sir.
That's only defining our penurious environment. I'm the voice for the unspoken.
Right.
That's why my subject matters and the shit I talk about be
Right.
with. That's
It's
why
different.
because I'm speaking from a place when I walk in, you already judging me.
Yeah.
You already looking at me like, what he about to say?
Right.
What he talking about? He about to get up there and rap.
Right.
I don't want to hear him. Where the R&B singers?
Right.
I thought this was, man, I'm about to cut, bro. I ain't here to be on no poetry shit, man. I go home and watch Love Jones. Whatever until I open my mouth. Then when I open that mouth and I get to educating them, turn into a preacher, turn into a gospel song to the ears and the soul, because you black and you been feeling like this, like reality, numb to society's lack of values. My profile is a shadow, a broken accomplishment, numb reaction, a heartless heartbeat. Knowledgeable to the sounds of the dominions that live within inside of me, but so many constant wars, it only shatters dreams and everything into unfixable pieces.
Right.
Reality can sometimes be so unfair. If you dare to look at the struggle with or against this emotional warfare, some try hard to enunciate with the proper wordplay, like Coldplay, but the unseen have the tendency to penetrate the souls of sophomores. Perpetuity became a shell of what came and went, a prosthetic of what is, asking, how long will this pain continue? Mom ain't at home, she a victim of the pole. Pops, he been gone, he a victim of the system in a whole. Trying to remain a straight A student becomes old. When you come from these type of broken household, hearing sounds of scratching feet, hey man, those roaches are the only ones that eat. Seeing smiles in the darkness, man, I wish they demise, but no one hears my cries. The lack of interest, poverty stricken, blocks my disenchants. Cruel as the deed may strike or sound. Anyone to be losing myself, the flesh mongers is often the dictate of these feelings of humanity to do so. Every day, this facade appears to be as when we first met. The kindest heart and finest feelings had been preserved in the worst degree for the belighting and dehumanizing effects of my own world. Trying to stay at ease through crowds of devious smiles. A place made of heavenly features plays Satan's synchro music in the form of a heartbeat on a constant repeat. Everybody knows the story about hell and how hot it can get, but blood, tell me why everybody don't know the story about W.E.B. Du Bois or Booker T. Washington. Echoes of dead shadows. Clandestine restrictions, they meant to dilute, mislead. Remembered like a drunken thought last week. Yesterday seemed centuries ago. Altered mankind, not in control of our own savior. Man, come on, man. We can do this all day, bro.
Bruh.
We could do this all day. Sorry to bust off into something to show you it's authentic.
Supposed to.
To show you it's authentic. It's my heart. It's who I am as a poet.
And I'm glad you did that because it ties right into what we're doing. After we're done with this segment, I'm going to have you do a poem.
That's right.
Because we have a segment to where we let the artist freestyle or do whatever they want to do. So definitely, I'm glad you, woke my game up with this.
I got something for you. I'm going to walk through the industry for blood, y'all.
What I want to do is I want to get in the Fumble the Bag.
Yeah.
I want to get, you bought corn with you, right?
I brought corn, man. Hair mechanic. Shout out 85th, man. Come get a line, man. Come get your shit together, man. Come get together, man. With Corn the Barber, man.
Let me tell you a story. I was in North County with Corn.
Right.
And
good dude,
wholesome brother, quiet. You know, he wasn't in there. Yeah, man.
Nah.
He was in there cutting hair, pushing niggas back for soups.
That would number 20 cents, 40, 50 cents a dollar. He's like,
no, we about to bring Corn up,
Corn, man. My better half, man. My brother, man, to fumble the ball, man.
Yeah, and you know, I'm gonna wait till we get up here, Corn, man. Go get you a seat.
Corn.
Yeah, so you know, it's only right I had to have Corn rock up, man.
For sure, man. Good looking, man. I'm glad to step foot up in your establishment, man. Respect that.
Appreciate it. So you niggas got the Fumble the Bag shit.
Fumble the ball. Yeah,
my bad.
No, it's good.
Fumble the ball.
Yeah, a lot of niggas done fumbled the ball in the past, man. Niggas along the way done fumbled the ball. That don't mean they kept the ball down. They picked it up.
Still pick it up, run a touchdown.
You can still run with it. Or maybe you ain't made your touchdown yet.
Yeah, you feel me? That's why I say.
Life.
I'm going to come do on my journalist for you. I know some fumbles. I know some shit that you want to talk about.
Yes, sir. Come on. Yes, sir. That's why I can't wait to sit down with y'all.
Because,
Corn, I didn't know you was behind the No Vultures. You was one of the brains.
Yeah, we started No Vultures a few years ago, right there in the back of the barbershop, right there on 85th. Raw and out there, I think Karan Streets and Pooh Man was our first interviews over there.
Okay. Old school Pooh Man.
Yeah, Pooh Man talked about some shit that kind of triggered Spice One and a couple other cats.
Then they start coming.
And it just start snowballing from there.
Right.
Not that that's the route we was trying to go, but that's kind of...
Yeah, it kind of went that way.
Yeah.
Right.
You let the nigga get on the microphone and he just start going. You kick back and the nigga
and
going.
And you can't control what a nigga about to say.
Yeah, when the nigga just start going.
So I was just on No Jumper a week or two ago. And one of the things I said on No Jumper is that y'all exploit bullshit. And
you let him know that.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that's all a platform is about, but that's what they push.
That's what they pushing.
That ain't cool.
That's what they push.
That's the culture vulture shit.
Yes. And with the No Vulture thing, yes, I'm a fan of the show.
For sure.
But I'm not a fan of the politics side.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
And this is not taking nothing from nobody. Matter of fact, I got a No Vultures interview lined up that I'm about to go do.
Right.
And I hope that the brother don't take my words
and twist them what he thought.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, because
I'm saying I'm saying right here.
Yeah, and I'm saying this in front of good
mob,
reputable people. I try to stay away from it, just me, because me personally, I don't see nothing good happening out of that.
No, it's nothing good that can come out of that.
I'm in my mid-30s. And me being in my mid-30s now, nigga, I'm not 21, I'm not 19 anymore. Right. I'm not riding around mobbing every single day.
Right.
I'm not no bitch, and I'm not going to let nobody invade my personal space.
But I'm not on that hype.
We real grown out here,
man. And I don't want to endorse that. Right. You get what I'm saying? Because whether I'm in it or not, and if I'm endorsing those type of activities and that type of energy, I'm going to absorb that type of energy.
Right. And then you got to stand by everything you say, and everybody want to challenge you, all that old shit.
Right,
and I don't think you got into that space for that.
Right.
Challenging niggas, got to let niggas know I say what I... That shit ain't cool.
Yeah. Right. So with the fumble the ball, I know, Mont knows some things he can ask me, and he know what buttons. He know how to twist a nigga arm for sure. I'm pretty sure, and I'm gonna be all the way open and 100 about it.
Sure.
I can't tell a nigga how to move a program. I can't tell a nigga that. But what I could do is give some advice to my people, and politics, we from Oakland, so politics gonna come up. That's what it's gonna do.
Always.
But don't exploit that, bro.
Don't make that your main focus.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like we was talking off camera. I'm like, bro, if viral moment to me is when a nigga opening them up about his truth. And like when we was just talking about dream faith.
Right.
Like nigga, that shit fucked the nigga up.
We choosing to talk about heartfelt shit than talk about bullshit because you know we could be on here talking about a
for
bunch
sure.
of
We can be on here. We can be on here exposing niggas' favorite people
for sure.
Like
favorite motherfuckers.
Yeah,
to be
and
like,
ain't gonna say
but
nothing.
what about? And they're not gonna say anything. They gonna call, phone gonna start ringing. Like, oh man,
we ain't here to pull niggas' paperwork.
Nah,
we ain't here
that ain't
question niggas' paper. We ain't on that hype.
I'm a spiritual healer, bro. And I know who I am. I know who my purpose is. I might didn't know it. That's why I don't walk that path no more.
Yeah.
Because I know that's why everybody be drawn to me. That's why I don't care what room I walk in. It's an old lady and a baby gonna love me. Because that's a form of God. They telling me that my path is right. You get what I'm saying? Right. They telling me that what I'm doing because humans ain't gonna tell me that.
No.
Humans is gonna say, damn, I thought he been home 7 years. I would have thought that he would have went back for life.
Right.
You know, like he be traveling the world like, damn, all these motherfuckers be putting their faith in him and trusting him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because they wanted you, they didn't understand the plan that God had. Right. Because how could anybody
they didn't see how it was written.
But how could anybody see a plan that you don't even see?
Right.
How? You're not even displaying the right you. You ain't even displaying the true motions and meanings of what you're supposed to do in your actions. You don't even know.
And just to keep it all the way 100, it's a lot of people that have their problems on what I do and how
you approach
I approach certain situations,
right.
and
how you conduct your interviews.
Exactly. Hell yeah, definitely. A lot of people be telling me like, "Oh, you should have said this. You should have asked this."
You get that all the time, bro.
You're not being you then.
Yeah, exactly, and I get that. So that go back to say, nigga, I'm not trying to down talk or do none of that. It's just certain shit. I wouldn't be me if I didn't bring it to light.
Or niggas gonna say the streets want to hear that. The streets want to know about that.
Yeah. But guess what? When the streets hear I'm in jail or dead,
who gonna write me a letter?
You see what I'm saying?
Because the funeral for me to get cremated gonna be $6,800. Who gonna go by my mama's house and step up?
Who gonna step up
for my babies, man?
Who gonna watch? Who gonna look out for my son? Who gonna teach him what I was teaching him? Because I was getting his left hand off the hook.
Motherfuckers like to see the bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? I was working on that left hand. I've been working on that. I've been working. You know what I'm saying? This is how I think. You know,
that's crazy. And that's what I'm on with my nigga right there.
I'm working on it. You know,
yeah.
We're gonna watch these football games. We're gonna go to these A's games.
Come on,
I'm gonna pump in your head while we at these A's games that say your name on that scoreboard.
Come on, man.
You know, until you really believe it. My son be really believing. We was just at the A's game on when Fab threw the pitch out, and I'm telling my son the man saying like Barnes or something. And I'm saying, see. He yelling your last name. You hear him? At first he was like, "No, Daddy, you know he for her."
Manifest that.
But then I said it so many times to him throughout the thing, he believed in it. Daddy, he said my name, Daddy.
Yeah.
He said my name, and I stick with that. Every day I call him. Hey, the A's just called me. They said you got to stay in school, and they looking for you to come.
That.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing for the next 10 years with him. You know?
Yeah. Who idea was it to come up with that podcast?
With that fumble the ball, I
wanted another name. Him, I got to give him his credit.
Big Mont had salty waters, which is good because the concept was all.
You know
good.
where we from? We from the Bay, so it was gonna be salty waters because it's salty.
Me and Mozzie album called Bloody Waters.
Yeah, is that right?
So, our shit was salty waters.
When we came with fumble the ball, it kind of made sense for a lot of people's story, and a lot of people can relate to times they done fumbled the ball in life, whether it was with a relationship,
whether it was your marriage, you know, whether it was you and your best friend,
you lost a job,
y'all ain't talked in 12 years,
you got caught with the dope bundle, trying to be greedy.
Right.
Many times, nigga said, "Man, I'm gonna wait till I get these last ones off."
Right. Let me set these last 100.
When he could already,
and that's when his demise happened. They hit the corner.
Question. You just said something that stood out. They're like, man, you probably fumbled the ball with your best friend. You ain't talked to him in 12 years. And I'm battling shit like that. Whose fault is that? Is that my fault? I'm not reaching out, or is that, vice versa? Like, what's
a good ass question?
But know what it is, and it's just through living experience with me because I didn't talk to my mom for like a long time, bro. Like it was a distance between me and my brother and my sisters, all of them. So I'm gonna talk from experience. Is you and the hurt mixed in with the pride.
The
pride is not to be hurt again by you.
Right.
Because I put my all in you and you hurt me.
But what if time after time you didn't try to reach and man shit and shit just kept
Listen,
happening?
people put lifetime expectancy on people. People only sent in your life to show you things. Some people sent to show you deceit. Some people sent to show you love. Some people sent to show you patience. People. But us as humans put lifetime expectancy on humans. It's not written that way. It never was.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So if you okay with where y'all at, if you at peace and you have no vindictive soul, no heart toward bitterness, no nothing, you can still be free.
Tried to reach out.
You can still be free, and that was something that you learned from to be a better friend to me, be a better friend to Corn, be a better friend to Styling, be a better brother to us. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't put so much in that, and you can see the deceit. If we project it, you're gonna be the first to see it because you lived it. You going through it right now. You have to sacrifice the greatest thing, a relationship.
Okay. Being that y'all some of the older brothers in the town, some of the alumni, do y'all deal with politics like how?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. How do you go about it? Like, what route do y'all go about it? Because you got to understand, nigga, we're staples in the community, and we gotta be able to fuck with the red just like we fuck with the blue.
Right.
Gotta be able to do
and fuck
that.
with the middle too.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
And the
Can't
people
stand on
that's
one
beyond
side
that,
of
the destitute.
Right. So how do you deal with, oh man, my Corn fucking with the suckers?
Right.
How do you
My
deal
approach
with
is
that?
gonna definitely be different than mine because I don't have none of the politics on my side. I'm for real civilian.
You're a civilian, but civilians are in the
But-
mix too.
Guilty
man.
But
by
I've been in
association.
Oakland long enough that I done dealt with every hood out here, from the village to the 80s to all of them, dirt roll, all of them. But I don't have to deal with the politic part of it.
My approach with the politics has been always like this. Who you don't like cannot affect who tomorrow may love me. Know why? Because I live my life like this and it's been successful for me. And all my childhood friends are still my childhood friends. I'm talking about in second grade, first grade, all of us still rocking. So I always move like this. I move like this, bro. Your politics can stop me from getting home because I never chose politics.
Mm-hmm.
I never chose them. So if I got to cut off association with you because you chose politics,
For sure.
then that line is drawn right there because I'm not willing to be a sacrificial lamb because I want to be a cool nigga riding and I know that you funkin' but you in my passenger seat. Or I want to be the cool nigga to throw you the keys to my car that I know my kid gonna be in to let you go to the store. But you didn't
But
just
I
go.
know you funkin'.
You know what I'm saying? So it's certain ways that you got to check yourself and you got to, because politics is in everything that we do. But what Oakland has now with integrating cities among cities into allies. Right? So you got cats that's from San Jose allied with Oakland cats. You got Richmond cats allied. You got Frisco cats. You got so on and so forth. So with that being, I don't get involved with their politics. What I get involved is as a mentor approach. Because it's not no grown cats that's politicking. It's 14 to 26.
For sure.
I made it past the age where niggas that die young. I ain't a statistic.
Right.
Nigga, I ain't dumb.
Right.
I might be a young nigga with a few of my screws loose, with playing me close. Nigga, nah, I pop you too. That's their mentality.
Right.
But that's from 14 to 26. You talk to a 27-year-old. He was 26. He was wild. He done had a baby in 9 months and then went to Rita for another 90 days. And within 1 year, he has changed from who he was a year ago.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying? But if you involve the politics, you could never become a new you. Everybody in the politics is holding you to a standard of who you signed up to be.
Right.
You can't sign up for these politics. This is why I never chose them, because I can't sign up for these politics and choose to become a Muslim, because I signed up with y'all and we was Christians. So y'all gonna look at me like, oh, now you a bow tie and all that. You wouldn't even wear a suit to church. Now you got a bow tie on. These dudes, you on the corner selling papers. You wouldn't even help your granny with, so now it's gonna be compared to who you was to who you became.
Right, talk to me.
You get what I'm saying? So I never chose politics. I went to prison and I was in Pelican Bay. I was a civilian. You had Crips, you had Bloods, you had North Days, you had Southsiders, you had Jama, you had Kumi, you had 415. You had all this in a place. And me being a big dude, everybody watching me, Me being a person
They
that get
already
visits
expecting
all
you
the
to be a
time,
politician.
every week. Who is he? Get motherfuckers driving 9, 12 hours to see him every weekend. Who I'm on the yard with Purple. They're gonna tell the story. That nigga, the only nigga was on the yard with Purple. We started Purple Boys. I'm from motherfucking the hood, B Street. That consists of 9189 90. You know what I mean? 899091. That's the B Street. B Street where the bands be. When you hear all them bands, shout out to all my youngins, you know what I'm saying? Back door, do the bands, all these different anybody with that bands, that came from something. But people don't even know. They don't know the history of us.
Right.
Because know what? Everybody wanna, if Corn don't like you, Corn, I'ma sit around Corn so much in a barbershop. He gonna say so many damning things, always to feel the same thing, as soon the same thing as to feel nothing. I'ma start to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the person that never
That's how
come
the hood
outside
is,
and they
for
just
sure.
watch the news.
Right. They're gonna believe what they
They
see
don't
and what they
care
hear.
about what they. I watch the news every day, and the news tell me I'm programmed to this. I'm programmed to the BBC. That's the same with relationships. You know, maybe it didn't work between Blood and Corn. Maybe that was y'all, but maybe me and Blood might go make $2 million, and I can come back and mentor Corn with the money to me and them to be cool one day. It might take 20 years, but that's motherfuckers are so quick to jump on sides. And now you got a society. I'm gonna say Oakland is a society with cousins funking against cousins. You know what I'm saying? Within a 3-year span, y'all went from taking pictures with the same Lacoste outfits on to now y'all got motherfucking baby Dracos chasing each other down. Ain't caring about the next of kin. Ain't caring about your granny crying. Y'all got the same granny.
Crazy.
That's what Oakland's doing right now. Know why? Because they has, after all this time, adapted the gang mentality and the lazy boy hustle. I'm going to bust a window and go see. I don't care. I'm going to bust a window. I'm going to jump in somebody's house. We ain't did that growing up, bro. We
had
stood
this
on the block.
conversation all the time on this platform. Is bipping considered a hustle?
That's a fucked up hustle. Dude.
No, listen, I don't care what the hustle is. You know what? Growing up, I didn't never do 3-car Molly, but it's people made millions off of it, right? So at the end of the day, it's the young nigga hustle. That's what they seen glory in. They a couple cats and became successful doing it.
It's hard to stand in front.
Right? So
it's hard to stand in front of a man's meal, and if that's how he getting his meal, it's hard to say
But
that ain't the way to get it.
Blood, I know bippers. I don't really associate myself with people that got lazy hustles, but I'm gonna say it on your show. Oakland, we ain't built on that, man.
Yeah.
We ain't built on bipping and baking and we built on, and it's the realest shit. Y'all let them push P all around the world. That's what we built on, man. The Mac, man.
Yeah, yes, sir.
The Ward brothers, man. This is what we build on, man. And we set trends all around the world from how we dress, how we finesse, and how we let the bitch do the rest.
Talk about it.
Never been
now you got them ready to kill you over something that ain't yours because the pussy ain't yours. The bitch ain't yours.
Right.
That bitch ain't yours because the cold part, when you in Pelican Bay doing your 52 years of life and dude dead, you know where she gonna be? With her new baby daddy.
The next nigga.
Cause that pussy still got it. They still got to
earn. That provide that drip, nigga.
That pussy still
that motherfucker still thriving. And it's still somebody that's gonna catch you in their lowest state.
For sure.
Yeah, that's how love is created. You know how love is created? When somebody catch you in a vulnerable state.
For sure.
And they cater to your needs at that point.
The other shit that ain't cool, all that robbing niggas for their
Think about it.
We just lost.
Think about it. You can catch a woman that her husband just died. He was in the army. He just died in Afghanistan. And you can catch her because she came out with her girls for the first time after 8 months. And you can steal her heart from just showing that you care, that you from your conversation with her.
Yeah, being affectionate.
Yes.
Caring about
something
what
that
she just went through.
She was lacking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's in a vulnerable state. You know, how you think a lot of one-night stands come about?
For sure.
Us as men, we be in vulnerable states too. It's some of these niggas hoes, bro, that be at home getting beat up by these bitches, bro. Like the bitch run the household. So
when they come out,
I'm at the point right now too, man. And it's for all you young ladies out there. You feel me? I'm a king, and my young brothers, y'all kings too. Stop fucking these bitches so freely, man. And what I mean by that, you know, we all horny. We human.
Right.
We gonna want our rocks off. But nigga, we better than that now.
Right.
Like, you feel me? And I ain't even saying the bitch just gotta cash you out and just bring you. But she gotta
what type of energy she
something.
bring?
Yeah.
What type of energy she bring? What is her goal? What can I invest in?
Well, what about the bitches?
What is your future? What type of
I
These bitches out
understand
here
that. I
laying up,
understand
not
the
getting
bitches, but we talking to our
But you got to
kids
think
right
everything
now.
was
Yeah.
built on brothels. Everything was built on. So they doing what they doing what their
Yeah.
grandmamas and ancestors
But
taught
these
them.
kings, though, our young men,
That's
we
acting
gotta
like
change the
queens.
narrative.
Man.
Nah.
Yeah, man. They out here
Nah.
loosely fucking, and I'm speaking from experience, P. I done had hoes and free fucking bitches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking from experience.
You done
Right.
wild out in your day.
Bruh, we gotta tighten that shit up a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
We have to,
Show our
bro.
worth is more greater than the worth of that thrust.
Bro. Even though sometimes, the lust of the eye is a motherfucker.
That eye is a motherfucker.
But we gotta learn how to fall back sometimes, man, because we out here, especially my Oakland little young brothers. I'm talking to y'all in particular, man. We gotta relax, man.
Yeah.
And these bitches get niggas killed too.
Yeah, they is.
Man, these bitches is setting
Indirectly though.
For sure.
Because now that there's implemented sets in everything that's going on in Oakland, turf wars and sets. What side you from, who you allied with, and that's where I become a philanthropist for the hood, man, because it's like when they see me on the front line, I don't care who it is, bro. I done had some of the most gangsters ride by and see me with Council Lady Reed or, see me on 85th with the whole fucking look like police squad and all these different people giving out houses and giving out resources because I was a part of the destruction of this shit.
So you
I gotta be a part of the rebuild, bro. Hands on.
Right. Yeah.
So,
you gotta be part of the solution. And for my people that's on Spotify listening and Apple Music, these niggas is up here real cute with their little matching shirts. You dig what I'm saying?
I knew it was coming to that.
We knew blood was
I
gonna
knew
get
it. I knew it. He got a cream when I got it. I'm gonna get it.
Man,
It's my brother.
feel me?
Go ahead, get me.
They creamy
I
white.
knew
They
it.
didn't bring
So
one
we
for
did
the
a promo
African,
thing, man.
Yeah, you
It's
got one in the
good.
car for the African man.
For sure, man.
Okay, thank you, man, because I'm left out right now.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to ask you about your clothing line too.
Like this,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's get into the clothing
Because you
line.
went from what, African?
Angry African.
Angry
So
African.
I still have it. Usalama Clothing. That's the name of the clothing company. And under Usalama Clothing, I print the Usalamas print. I print the Angry African.
So is that Muslim?
No, sir.
Swahili.
So exactly. And no, my heart is not bleeding. It will never bleed. But like we was talking before you came, I respect and I acknowledge what it was about in the beginning.
Okay.
I read Blood in My Eye a few times.
All right.
And I respect they whole get up. You get what I'm saying? And what they were on. They were on with Mano. They were
So that was Indian?
No. We talking about the BGF.
The BGF
Oh, the BGF part.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jama Cats. Yeah,
but it's all Black Panther, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's all Black Panther. You
It's
know
all-
what?
yeah.
Find me a BGF cat. I want to sit down and talk to it.
I got you.
Yeah,
Oh, we
please,
got that for sure.
please.
I got
A real
some.
one.
No, I
That
got a
you know what I
real
mean?
one, bro.
A real one that's gonna.
I
really
got a
sit
real
here
one
and
that
give it
just
to me.
did 28, 29
You
years,
get what I'm
bro.
saying? I need
He
to
gonna tell
talk
you
to
from
him.
the beginning to right now.
I need to talk to him.
The roots of that shit, huh?
The roots.
Twin, get ready, twin.
The roots.
Pot love.
I want to talk to one because, like I said, mentally they were some sharp ass brothers, bro.
Yeah, still
for
sharp.
sure, man.
Yeah,
Still
mentally,
sharp because
like,
their whole motto is still sharp and still.
right.
Each one teach one.
Exactly.
That just got moved into.
And they were so young starting off with that mentality.
Bro, my first time in 1998 going to prison, bro. When I got to San Quentin,
You went to prison at 20.
I went to my first time going to prison. I was 19.
Okay.
So and then I got out of prison, was on parole, went through that, and then right when I was about to discharge is when the frame happened with this case.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was still on parole fighting this. That's why.
So do you remember when the switch happened when they went from Jama to Kumi? Were you in prison around that time or not?
No, because that was in the 80s. That really happened in the 1983 war in Tracy.
Oh,
With
okay.
the split.
The split from everything being one being Jama.
Mm.
And then Kumi was built. You know what I mean? And the founders of that was built as a quote unquote discipline. Not to be, giving history on their politics, but I'm well rounded and I got some real people that educated me on it, what's going on. And it was a bridging point. You had to be that for a year to become Jama. So it was like a bridging point. You know what I mean?
Because the founding fathers of Kumi was once Jama.
They all was Jama. Everything in
Everything.
prison that was black was come up under Jama.
Yeah, because I meet a lot of older bloods and Crips in LA. And
That's Jama.
Yeah.
Everywhere around the world.
Okay, yeah.
So when that happened, the discipline turned into a bigger organization because you were dealing with We OGs.
Okay.
Y'all deal with the young cats that's coming, that's 18, 19, 20. Y'all keep them for a year.
So we're
Y'all
not
educate
pulling up
them.
no many chairs.
We ain't doing nothing. We all deal with them. So within that organization, they became fucking more bigger and more stronger than the people that sent them to do that because they built their rules upon what they was built on.
Right.
And they just put their twists into it. So I got nothing but love. You know, because I sat on the yard with all of them. I done sat on the yard with Smurf, with Mousy, with Lips.
Rest in
I
peace,
got
Mousy.
yeah, I got rest in peace.
out,
Lips, you know, free Lips, Big Dog. Me and him that sat, walked the yard, then got game because it was like different because I know him from the street. He was like an uncle on the street. Our families intertwined. Carolyn, Fat Keisha, you know what I mean? Lakeith, like we all intertwined. It's a family thing. The 9-6, the ball.
Well, Mousy Brown was out of Dogtown originally.
Yeah. So, you know, I done been, you know, at being 23 on the yard of Pelican Bay with some of the people that has been there since this prison was built.
Shit.
You know, I walked the yard for 5 years with them.
They built this prison for
them.
Yeah.
You know, if you read Saladin Brothers, if you read about George, if you know the history of this man, this is the only person in CDC history to get his cell welded. Do you know what that means if they come weld you in your cell?
They welded in the end.
You know you got a trace slot, but they weld him in his cell. Come on, bro. The Marine shooting his brother, went tied the gun to the judge. Yeah, come on. Yeah. You know, this is our history, but we don't have those 17-year-old brothers that say, no matter what, I'm coming to get you, brother.
You know what intrigued me about that? Them niggas didn't have no internet. Them niggas had to read books on top of books on top of books on top of books on top of books.
It wasn't no internet. Wasn't no Google.
Bro, they had to read books and write shit down. Like, and, I'm very intrigued by them type of brothers.
I am too.
Yeah, and,
old school intelligence.
Yeah, that feed
even
my
like
soul.
Dating a girl. They got all this text message. You probably don't even just talk to the broad over the phone.
Right.
Like then you have to
pull up. You had to pull up to a function, and you had to go to the mall.
Write the letter
to be on the bus and catch
it. Yeah, ain't no more writing no more.
High school.
Use a right letter ass.
I don't even know.
Right letter.
Put the little note. Will you date me? Mark
yes,
no.
Oh, shit. Yeah, let me know something. Don't leave me hanging, Pete.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, this conversation was well needed. We can sit here for hours, but it's definitely a school night. And but I appreciate y'all, bro.
I appreciate you for
y'all. Bro. Yeah, deeply. Just based on the fact y'all see the growth. You see it. And like I said from the beginning, I've been trying to pull mine up here. And everything happened for a reason.
That man called me. I'll never forget. He called me. But within that time that he called me and built it, CMBJ had just passed away.
No.
So I was dealing with, you know what I mean, what I was dealing with that. Like I done lost a lot of close people. Like, you know what I mean? My one of my childhood friends from the 2nd grade got killed on my birthday. He left us and got murdered. And I still had to wake up and go to a party because I rented a whole Jen's restaurant out and still sitting here with 75 people with glasses on to act like ain't nothing wrong. Like this life,
right?
You know, it's a lot of time. That's why me and Fab is so. Shout out to Fab because it's an energy source. When he, I don't have to tell him I'm going through something. You feel what I'm saying? I know he just call me like, bro, what you doing? FaceTime me. He's still sleeping his eye, all that shit. Like, I love you, and I might be like, damn, bro, like I love you too. Like, he's like, hey. No, I didn't want nothing. But people don't know how far they go. That's like an interconnection. Like a motherfucker see you going, like, nigga, I'm about to talk about it. Nigga, real shit. Nigga, I was going through something, had just lost $70,000 on that concert I threw when I first came home at the Regency Ballroom in Frisco.
That's what
I brought plies. I lost nobody came. The promoters didn't promote. KML didn't do iHeart, Courtney, like different people. Nobody. You know, the Frisco PD was Pride the same day, so they made people have to go 9 miles that way to come back 9 miles this way to go into. So it was just all, but I learned. But I was going through something. Regency Ballroom.
I think I probably came. Did Filthy perform?
Filthy.
There?
I had Cookie and Filthy for the first time.
I came.
Yeah, with Phil. And then Phil didn't even get a chance to perform.
But Plies was like, where Filthy?
Yeah, Filthy and Cookie Money. That's because Dame was with him. Yeah. But Fab, you know, I was just coming home from a life sentence, so I was trying to figure it out, bro. I was trying to figure it out. I was just trying to figure it out, like we do in life, and that's what warriors do. Estebanco, discover the states, man. You know what I'm saying? But Fab, we wasn't. This was years and years ago. We wasn't even like on the level we on now. Like as far as close brothers, like how we is now.
Oh, okay.
Like nigga, we in fucking we in the club, bro. And he just look at me like, you cool? And I'm like, I got the facade. I'm drinking them. I'm like, I'm cool, bro. And he look at me again and he like, him and Unc. And he look at me and he like, you don't need nothing, you cool. And I say, bro, I need some money. And I never get it. He went in his pocket. He took $100. He took 5 20s off his stack. And he just.
Like it was nothing.
No, he just took that. He took $100. I never forget because he wanted a rosé. You feel what I'm saying?
He gave you the rest.
No, he gave me everything in his pocket. Right. Everything. He didn't count nothing. Sure. He gave me everything in his pocket. He took $100 off and said, bro, I would have gave you this, but I'm about to go buy me a rosé, and kissed me on my forehead and left. And I went home and paid my rent. $2,200 in Concord. And I still had some more money for myself, and I did a lot of things. And he didn't have to do that.
No.
He'd have been still considered real if he'd have went in his pocket and it didn't go in his pocket. If he'd have just, hey, after you done the club, let's walk and talk. Like anything. You didn't have to do that. So I always look at men for what they do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So me and him, like Unc said it on our interview, like me and Unc got our relationship.
For sure.
And me and Fab got our relationship. Because me and Fab, we battle with each other with spiritual battles. Like on me and him, on a whole different level. Not even like this world won't even understand what me and this man be talking about. Like, I know exactly. You get what I'm saying? Exactly, like they would not, because I play with spirits and I play with God and I play with, not in the like playing with it like it's a joke. But what I'm saying is that manifests me.
But when you open yourself up to spirits like God,
He gonna send you the right souls.
Definitely, but you also opening yourself up for the devil too.
Yeah, because it's called spelling for a reason.
Yes, sir.
Because you can put a good spell or a bad spell.
Yes, sir.
So it's called spelling.
Both of them is on one side.
People they didn't teach us this in school. It's called spelling. Right now what we're doing come from spelling.
Right.
Our podcast comes from spelling. Mm-hmm. So do we put good spells or bad spells from our words? People don't understand that. That's why the world is so polluted, because everybody chooses to put bad spells out. So no matter if you got a good energy or not, it's like walking through a pile of shit. Mm-hmm. The smell gonna hit you. You might have died, your feet getting dirty. You might have came out unscathed, but know what? The most important part of your body was affected by it. Your breathing system, your lungs. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? The moistness from that bacteria is in your lungs now. So now you're affected by it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So as a people, before we go, let's stop being affected by the bullshit. And let's affect each other with love.
Right, yes, sir.
Because that don't cost nothing, bro.
Yes, sir.
The same way it's free to hate on a nigga, and everybody choose that because it's free. If it costs $1,000 to hate wouldn't it probably exist.
Right.
But it's free.
Right.
So know what else free? Love.
Yes, sir.
Support.
It don't cost you
understanding.
Nothing to love a nigga.
What I'm going to do, and I'm going to speak on it now, when we do our interview, hopefully we can do our interview more sooner than later. I'm going to do something in the interview that I've never done before. So I'm going to open up.
Right, the way you ain't ever opened up before.
And I'm going to let y'all dissect me. And I'm going to build. I'm going to let these guards down and we going to build.
Right, and, because our guards, it stops us from healing, blood.
Yes, sir.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Understand that as a brother, I'm stepping outside of everything because you hold many hats with me. I'm a fan of you.
Yes, sir.
I'm a fan of who you are as a human. The body you possess, I'm a fan of that shit. Like I'm a number one supporter. Like the motherfucker that'll drive you to LA to get a lineup because I want you clean in this photo shoot. Supporter, yes, like whatever's needed to be done, support. Yes, and that's why every time I see you, I told you I don't get on shit with people, but man, you can make some history for Oakland together.
So,
like,
yes, sir.
Because what you possess, even if I don't appear to be watching or understanding, you already know what I'm about to say. We intertwine with too many circles that's with each other on a daily. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
your brothers, but what I'm saying is your brothers is my brothers So whatever you going through, your brothers might come around me, and the energy is already set forth. So I'm going through it with y'all.
Yes,
You get what I'm saying? Because we got a family that's intertwined with each other.
Definitely.
His block literally come to 85th, and we like this though, you know.
That's
So,
big.
but
Big
I
that
love
that
you, brother. I love
Yes,
you.
sir.
I'm sorry it took me so long to get here, but I thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
And keep going, because you know what? Only person to stop you is that dude that's in the mirror that,
Yes, sir.
that ain't reached and turned the light on.
Yes, sir.
You can remain in the dark and the results stay the same,
Yes, sir.
or you can turn the light on and face who you are and become who you're supposed to be.
Yes, sir.
I love you.
That, man.
Yes, sir. With that being said, Mont, Corn, Little Blood TV,
Blood
over and
TV,
out.
looking.